This is a WKYT podcast.
Back by popular demand, we are doing another draft.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this week's episode of Conversations with Victor and Andrea. Andrea, this is a fun one.
I know. So the Summer Cookout Draft was so much fun.
Yes.
We had a blast. Jim Caldwell came out on top.
Yes, I tanked it pretty hard.
You tanked hard.
I failed so spectacularly that you didn't even let me participate this year, which is probably for the best.
And there's a chance that you and Jim was channeling you, I think, potentially with one of his choices. And I think you all will recognize it because we give him a lot of crap for it.
Yeah. It's literally one of the same items from my summer draft that got poo-pooed. And suddenly he picks it and everybody's like, oh, great. So anyway, this is part one of our holiday side draft. But it also has desserts and one drink at Andrea's insistence. You'll hear us get into that. Kelsey Mattingly, producer, joined us. Kristen Kennedy, Jim Caldwell, and then Krista Frost, who you may have heard last week on the Thanksgiving episode.
No one was prepared because initially you and I were going to be competing again, but at the last moment I said, let's judge. Because I remember last time I thought to myself, I think it'd be better for us to judge. I mean, we're the hosts, so I feel like it's kind of like, let's let them shine.
You're right.
And I enjoy judging.
I think it was a good idea.
Very naturally to me.
It just, So here's my thing. Had you taken part in it, what were going to be your big picks? Because mine, I'll tell you what, we'll get into that on the backside.
Okay.
We'll talk about what we would have picked, but we only get halfway through the thing, I think, for part one. So anyway, here you go. Here's the start. It's give that a listen. When you eat, try to eat away from the microphone. Is that...
I didn't bring any food.
When did those rules
This is going to be the first time Kristen has been on the podcast without eating, so I'm sorry about that.
Oh, probably
That's
is.
true. You
You're
always
right.
have like a nice homemade meal.
I know.
She always has a snack.
I didn't have
Are we
any time.
rolling?
We are rolling.
Let's do this
Hello,
thing.
everyone. Yes, quick cast of characters. Some people have to work, so we're going to do this.
We are working. We're all working.
You know what? I came in on my day off. That's how much I care about this.
We love you.
I appreciate that. So we're going to switch it up this year. Andrea and I are going to be the judges. I think after my failing performance in the cookout draft,
Whiffed it.
I showed that I do not even get to play, even though I was up all night looking at sides. So we're here with Kelsey.
I pulled that out at the last second. I said, they should be the stars, and we will judge.
So we're here with Kelsey Mattingly, Kristen Kennedy, Jim Caldwell, and making her podcast debut, Krista Frost.
Yay.
Finally! You still get your own, but this is going to be a fun intrigue.
Actually, I take that back. You did make a quick appearance on the Thanksgiving podcast.
It's true.
Very important about mac and cheese as a side.
Here you go. Oh.
Uh-oh. Don't give away your secret.
Well, that was during Thanksgiving.
She may be giving away part of her strategy right now. Sorry. Yeah, those microphones. Move that a little bit closer. There we go, everybody. I'll tell you what. We've got their names written down. We will randomly pick who goes first, and then the order will just flow from there.
So we are doing a holiday meal draft.
Yeah, give us the rules, Andrea.
This is basically the Christmas meal draft, but if you all are anything like my family, your Christmas meal very closely resembles your Thanksgiving meal, so you can kind of follow the same rules. So we'll just call it a holiday meal.
Hey, if you're Jewish, it could be the Hanukkah meal.
You're right.
You guys throw in there whatever you want.
There you go.
So we're doing 3 sides, 2 desserts, and at Andrea's insistence, 1 drink.
Gotta have a drink. Everyone gets turkey and ham.
Yeah, that is assumed.
Okay.
Proteins out. We got the proteins covered. You all fill in the rest.
All right, now all of you, I have this nice little app that I use for when I'm playing board games to pick first player. Everybody, stick a finger and put it on there, and that will determine who goes first.
That's awesome.
Just put it on. Just hold it on there.
Is this a government scam?
Oh my gosh, this is the coolest thing ever.
Krista will be going first.
That was nuts.
That is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Love that.
It's called Chwazi.
All right.
Chwazi.
You can choose whichever one you want. You can do a side first, dessert first, drink first. It's all up to you.
Well, now I feel super under pressure. I didn't think about this, and I have to go first? Oh, Lord. Okay.
You got it.
So, forgive my, probably not pronouncing this right. Au gratin or whatever, potatoes with the cheese and
there you go.
Those
That's
are
one.
good.
Bold
Strong choice.
You
Yeah.
only get
Why
one
not?
this round. All right. So, potatoes au gratin.
There you go. What a way to...
Ooh.
Now, as Bill Bryant would say, potatoes are rotten. Is that what you just said? Hello, this is Bill Bryant making a special appearance on this
The
podcast.
comedic stylings of Jim Caldwell, ladies and gentlemen.
No, that was Bill.
Oh, I'm
Couldn't you
sorry.
tell?
I'm sorry. Bill showed up.
He just randomly dropped in.
So,
Popped his head
Jim,
in.
on your next podcast with Chris, can you all do a Bill off? Because you guys both do a pretty good Bill impression, and I
Well,
want you.
if you would listen to our podcast,
I do listen to it.
We do Bill.
But not together. I want you each doing it back and forth,
We
and
thought
then
about
people to
interviewing
figure
each
out.
other.
Dueling Bill
Or
Bryant.
just having Bill on, and then all three of you doing Bill, and then people try to guess which one, if it's Bill, Chris, or Jim.
Oh my gosh. And
All
I'll
right.
give you a list of weird words to say, and you have to go through the list.
yes.
And
Actually, I think
then
I-
we'll see who comes closer to the way Bill
I may have figured out a new
pronounces it.
game that we're going to play on this podcast now, so
Yep.
I'll do this for
Oh,
Andrea.
I can't wait.
You all missed
He'll be so mad.
one episode. We did Bailey, or Bailey, where I gave Andrea a fact, and she had to tell me if it was Barb Bailey, Chris Bailey, or WWE wrestler Bailey.
Oh, yeah.
And-
She got 2 out of 3, so
Well,
she was
good.
pretty good there.
It was harder than you'd think.
Who's next in this thing?
Oh,
though?
sorry,
All right,
Kristen.
Who's next? How does this work? How do you know?
Because we're going along this line, so we're just going along the
Oh,
board.
so that only
I
tells you
thought-
who picks first.
Yeah, so at that point, so it was just a random pick of who went first, and then if Jim had been first, then it'd be Kelsey, Krista. So that's
Oh, so I'm last now.
yeah, you are last,
No,
but you
you're
get the
second
wheel.
to last.
Oh no, yeah, No, you-
Kelsey's last.
yeah, Kelsey's last. Sorry.
Love that for me.
All right, Kristen.
I would like to take a side, and it's going to be sweet potato casserole
Ooh.
with the
choice.
marshmallows.
That was good.
Good choice. That was going to be one of mine.
Every year when we go to Friendsgiving, I make sweet potato casserole with. I do like a line of marshmallows, and it's also a line of crunched cornflakes mixed with brown sugar. It's baked across the top.
Okay, show off.
It's good.
I already feel so bad because I don't cook.
Jim, yes, now Jim.
I feel like
and then,
we're
so
missing
then,
an obvious
then
one
Kelsey,
right now.
then Kelsey will get the wheel. Kelsey will get 2.
Yes. Since
Okay.
she has to go last.
You said that a lot of the meals resemble Thanksgiving. Ours doesn't. It's
Okay.
more, odds and ends. And this is always delicious. It's delicious for anything, though. Bacon wrapped asparagus. Great. It's delicious.
Very classy, Jim.
We love it. Delicious.
Everybody's. I said asparagus at the barbecue cookout draft, and
It
everybody-
wasn't wrapped
There's
in
a
bacon.
difference
Oh
between
my
a
God.
barbecue and a Christmas.
I can
Everybody's
already see
cooked.
that this game is not your strong suit, so it's probably best that you're judging.
All right.
I love
you
asparagus. I'm applauding his pick. I'm just saying, whenever I said asparagus last time, you all looked at me like I grew a third eye.
No, you're criticizing the current champion, the reigning champion.
Ain't nobody eating asparagus at a barbecue, though. That's the
That's
thing.
exactly right.
You know?
You
All
need
right.
Finger food.
Krista may or may not come back. Kelsey.
Well, problem. I don't cook. My parents do cook, but I also don't have a very broad palate.
What do you enjoy
You
eating?
don't have to cook anything.
No, I know, but I don't know what's there because I eat
There are
the
still
same
a
four
lot
things.
of basics that are out there right now.
Chicken fingers.
Big ones.
No,
Well, I don't
not
need to do
chicken
that.
fingers. I mean, I would be down. with
I'm
some
talking about
KFC at my
sides.
Christmas, but whatever.
Hey.
Can I just go with the classic mac and cheese?
Oh, Krista.
Yeah, those
Yeah,
are daggers.
left that sitting out there.
Now, I still think there is a side that's obvious that no one
Yeah,
has chosen.
I'm aware of that.
Again,
But
I'm
so-
coming with it in
and
just a
because
second.
because
You
we're
think
do-
you know?
it's
Of
set up
course.
weird on here, but because of the wheel, it'll
the
be
same
Kelsey will
four
go again,
things.
then it'll come back to
Yeah,
Jim,
every
then KK,
So I don't
then
know.
Krista, and then it'll go back. Basically,
Okay, cool.
a
We're doing
weird-
snake? Is that what you're doing?
It's snake draft,
Apparently.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Kelsey.
so I go again.
Yes.
Kelsey gets
So,
to go again.
You can do another side, a dessert, or a drink.
Okay. Okay.
It's tough.
Drink.
Ooh, I love, of course. My
I'm
girl.
gonna keep it clean
Oh, all right.
with the classic cider.
I'm back.
Cider.
Good choice. It's a
Don't
good
choose
choice.
for me.
We're not. Don't worry.
Kelsey took mac and cheese and cider.
Both
And
strong
does that
choices.
cider have anything in it?
It can be spiked or whatever.
It depends
remember?
on which Christmas I'm at.
Okay. All right. So then it goes back to Jim because we are going
Snake.
wheel or snake draft. Yeah. So it's like
Whatever that
it's-
means.
What did she? I wasn't paying attention.
She
What
took mac and cheese and cider.
Okay, well then
Spiked or otherwise.
here's what. Oh, okay. Well, here's what I'm going to do then. If you're going to have a meal that features turkey and ham, you have to have mashed potatoes in some form.
This
with
is still
that,
not the
you
one
know?
I was thinking
I know
of.
what I want now. Dang it! How did I not see this before?
I
It's
don't
your
under-
favorite.
Okay. Let's all. Well,
I'm
that's exciting, but
embarrassed.
man.
I don't understand. I know you're on the same wavelength
No,
as
I am
me.
too. I'm
I'm
very much on the
embarrassed.
same. Yeah, that's a big carb. All right.
I should have known.
Don't give hints.
I'm not. All right.
All right.
Mashed potatoes, good choice with gravy. I'm guessing, or just butter.
He gets whatever.
Garlic mashed potatoes.
Well,
you
you know,
feel like-
gravy just goes with so many things. So I mean, it's just out there.
There
you
you
know,
go.
because people put it on the turkey
True. I
too.
get
So
everything.
All right, Kristen, you're up next.
This is going to be controversial,
Oh my goodness.
but I'm trying to be healthy
Oh, okay.
because you don't want to feel super stuffed
That's-
and
yeah,
heavy
all right.
after a Christmas meal.
It's bold in a fantasy
Sweet potatoes are a good
draft.
carb.
These are going to be the cast iron skillet Brussels sprouts with
Yes.
a little bit
Yes. Balsamic.
Love
balsamic, but dried cranberry on top to
All
be
Earth.
festive.
Are you
Honestly,
people talking about?
anything
These
in
are-
a cast iron skillet is.
Like
And you feel good about it because it's green. and you
roasted
need
Brussels
some
sprouts.
color
Have you
on
never
that
had
plate.
roasted Brussels
She
sprouts?
has a very colorful plate so
How
far
many
with
times
the
do I have
sweet
to say,
potatoes and the Brussels
I eat the
sprouts.
same 4 things at every holiday meal.
Krista, it's back to you now. You get 2 picks in a row.
No.
Yeah, because she's first.
Yeah.
It's snake draft.
Oh,
So it's
okay.
her.
Cool.
And
Sorry,
then it goes
I don't
back
know
to
how this
Kristen, then
works.
Jim.
Well, I'm taking a side. I'm going roasted green beans.
Okay.
Ooh, clearly not a great choice, but
You can always tell by the
Bold
reaction.
move.
I
Bold
like
move.
my greens. I'm the same.
I
I'm
love
super
green beans.
healthy,
I love a
and
roasted
my
vegetable.
family's super healthy.
Oh.
So
As I
like,
sit
and you
over
look
here and
awesome.
shove a candy bar
thank
down my
you.
throat.
But like my mom's gonna put salad out. That's
Yeah.
how our tables are gonna look. So yeah.
All right, you got
sorry.
another
I'm
choice
sorry,
still out
it
there.
was just the silence.
I know.
I had to just say
I
what
know.
everyone was thinking. Like
There are some people that are thinking, put some garlic sauce on those, put them in the oven for a little bit, let them roast. They're all crunchy, nice and look. Yep, looking at me again. All these people.
Well, I
they
mean,
have no idea.
I
we
love
are
green
the
beans.
judges. You should
And
be
so does my
appealing to
daughter.
us,
I
but-
like roasted green beans.
I'm kidding.
I would
I'm
eat
kidding.
them.
So good.
I love roasted vegetables in general.
I'm also claiming red wine while I can.
All right.
That was good.
She redeemed herself.
There we go.
Yeah.
Andrea's
I come
in
back.
suddenly.
She came
She's-
back. She came back.
All right, Kelsey.
Oh no, it's Kristen. It's Kristen. It's back to
Kidding.
Kristen.
What?
Wait, she hasn't
No,
gone
I
a
was
second round
last.
at all.
Yeah, because she got 2 picks. That's the way it goes. It goes. then
This
it's
is
like,
rigged, and
Krista
I'm
gets
already
2.
upset.
Now Kristen, then Jim, then Kelsey will get 2.
That makes no
Then Jim.
sense. Can I just
then
go?
I don't
then
understand
Krista.
this.
I feel like you've got this, Victor.
I've got this.
Whatever.
Yes.
Nobody understands it.
Well, I just got screwed over.
You literally had 2 picks in a row, and you're last. So that now
I'll
it's-
just eat
we've
my candy
restarted
bar
the
and be
start. So it's
quiet.
Krista gets 2,
Just leave me
then
alone.
Kristen, then Jim, then
Kelsey
Kelsey will get
thrives
2.
when she's salty, so this is good.
This is good.
All right,
Clover, come on out.
Kristen.
I'm going to take a dark beer.
Ah,
Oh, okay.
It's
All right.
Christmas.
Oh,
Papa
like
Kid
an
would be
IPA
proud.
or a
No, a dark beer.
malted.
I prefer a
There's
stout.
some dark IPAs.
Stout or a
stout.
porter.
Okay, that's fine.
You just continue to get cooler every time I talk to you.
Great
Like,
dark beer. I'm down
She
for
has
it.
good taste in beer.
She's so intimidating.
Is it
So
my
much
turn?
cooler than us. Okay. Yes.
Yes.
I'm so lost in all of
Don't
this.
let it go to your head.
Well, you were lost last time and you won, so.
Well, now here's the thing. What I'm about to say is the same but only different.
No.
Well, the judges will decide.
I don't even know.
I
what
know
this is
exactly what you're
happening.
about to say, and I'm so mad.
All right,
I
go
have
for it.
no idea.
We found this recipe a few. I'm not.
I think I know what you're gonna say
I don't-
because you said they're the same but different.
That's my last choice.
No, right now.
No, I'm talking about with my last choice.
Oh God. Okay.
But it's different and it tastes completely different.
You just
Okay.
made me panic.
Okay. We found a recipe a couple of years ago that we started using. Well, we use it at other holidays, but we did do it at Christmas as well. But they're deep fried mashed potato balls, and you put cheese in the mashed potato, and it gets the crust on the outside.
Now that sounds
and
like
it
my kind of food.
is delicious.
So you're doubling up on the sides. So you're going mashed potatoes and deep fried mashed potato balls.
And,
You know what?
And you can have both because they taste very different.
I would. Can you make?
I'm going to
those
be
over-
honest with you. If
My
somebody
wife-
else
my
was
wife's
trying to
the-
pick
the
this,
chef.
Whatever.
I would say no because Jim already has
Yeah,
mashed
I was gonna
potatoes.
say, I thought that would
But
be
the fact
covered
that you
under what
already have
chose.
mashed potatoes, I'll let you pick this too
he's
if you want. Go
pushing
for
for
it.
it.
Write down some deep fried mashed potato
It's-
balls.
because it is really different, and
Yeah.
the taste is even different.
Honey, this is a
and
horrible
she,
No, I disagree.
you think it sounds delicious,
And I'm
don't
gonna
you?
lose regardless.
Here's
so
what
It sounds kind of like a delicious tater tot.
But this is a different side.
he's telling you that
They're-
he wants it to be separate.
It's
Normally,
separate.
normally it would work the other way.
This is insane to me. But
No,
okay,
no.
okay. I mean,
This is the girl who tried to take all meat with her kebabs. So
that's true.
And
she's like, I got
Aiming the
kebabs.
system
I'm like,
wrong.
what
You're
kind?
doing it all wrong.
and what are you writing? Oh, you're
Deep
writing.
fried mashed potatoes.
And they're gluten free because that's the way my wife
Let me just
fixes
look at
them.
how I spelled that.
I don't know.
Deep fried? Okay, deep fried mashed potatoes.
Forgot the E.
It's
All right.
fine.
Now say what you were saying about Terry. Your wife
They're
is
gluten free. They're
Oh,
gluten.
okay.
I'm saying, for you healthy folks or
All right, so
people
it's
that don't
Krista,
want the gluten
Jim.
I'm
destroying
not
the
healthy.
inside of your
Kelsey.
body.
I want them. I want.
You have 2 picks now.
She wants
2 in
some
a
of my
row.
deep fried mashed potatoes,
I
don't you?
absolutely do.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Okay. Dressing.
There
Yes!
you go. We're waiting for
Where
it.
has it been? I'm just like, nobody stuffing? Nobody?
Yeah.
I didn't realize
the forgotten
that's what it
side.
was.
Yeah, well, you all got to know your judges then. I mean, Krista and Jim are judging it harsh, but
I just was amazed that went untouched.
I thought it
for so
came
long.
included because you shove it in the turkey.
No, not always.
I don't do that.
I don't do that. I shove vegetables in the turkey.
We don't have a turkey.
We'll
Shove
stick like-
anything in anything.
You know what's funny? The first Thanksgiving my wife and I ever had together,
I don't believe in
where
shoving.
she cooked. She forgot to take the bag of
Oh,
odds and ends
yeah.
out. She forgot, and she was doing it for my family too. You
Yeah.
know, so she's like, I know there's usually one of those bags of all the odds and ends, and then we get to that point, and they don't see us, and she's like, oh my God, there it is.
They're there.
So, but she got it.
Throw it in the garbage.
Nobody knew, but it was
All the
so
giblets.
funny. Sorry, go ahead.
All right, Kelsey, you get a second pick after that.
Well, I'm really proud that I got dressing.
I'm proud of you too. That
Well,
was
because
good.
Andrea mentioned it was her favorite the other day on the show, and
All
so
right.
then I felt really bad for not saying it. So that better win me.
Well, I
some
feel like you
points.
sniped mac and cheese from Krista.
I know.
I told you she
about it, and I
thrives
would
when
love
she's
to add
salty.
We also
that
live
live
together.
Yes, so I will be remembering this later.
All right, Kelsey, what is your
She's
pick
not
number
going to
2?
kill the crickets for me next time.
Desserts? Desserts still wide open?
I don't do dessert.
You have
even
a
though I'm
side and 2
eating
desserts
candy
left.
bars. Oh crap.
You could do another side.
What does my dad always make for dessert, and he loves it a lot?
Aw,
Pecan pie.
There you go.
big
Great.
can,
Big can.
big can.
Big holiday
Big Kenny
favorite.
makes
That's
it
a good
every
one.
year, and he loves it. I don't eat pie, so
No,
I've
that's a
heard
good
good
one.
things. I've heard good
All right,
things.
we're back to Jim.
Heard good things
Yeah.
about pecan pie.
Now,
From what
I
I've heard,
hear-
it's a hit.
Okay.
now, as you know,
Here we go.
I
There's
don't-
always a story with this.
I
Remember
don't
last
go
time
on.
Jim didn't really wasn't really that interested. He just kind of showed up and then won the thing. I feel like Kelsey might be on that track right now.
I know.
I-
She's coming from behind.
Yes.
I don't like to talk about alcohol very much, so
Yeah, that makes
wouldn't
sense.
I would never select that.
No.
So
Good
there
old
a
boy
button?
like
there's
you.
nothing
there a
quite as nice as some good old non-alcoholic
Mm-hmm.
holiday punch for your drink.
Oh.
Oh my goodness!
What's
You
holiday
never had?
punch?
Yeah, what does it consist?
I don't even know
Because
what
I
that
got
is.
cider.
I don't know.
Is that where you put in
Oh,
like
the foamy
Sprite and, like,
kind. I know what you're
With, like,
talking
the sherbet
about.
and stuff?
It's like a
Right?
pink
Yes,
red.
yes,
Okay,
Yes.
yeah.
I'm with you.
Oh,
Like
it's
Chris
delicious.
Mosa without the mosa.
The
Oh.
stuff you
That's
have
a really
to.
good choice.
Because we do
Mimosa,
that.
sans
We do
champagne.
that both. We do it in for Thanksgiving, and we do it around Christmas. Only time I ever have it in the entire year.
I know that stuff because that I have to. I'm the one who has to pour it all out after everybody leaves.
Well, with my bunch, you never have to pour it out because
It's delicious.
it's
No, it is good.
Good
We-
choice. Hadn't thought of it. Love it.
All right. I feel like we
He
always
feels
had that.
very proud right
Is
now.
it my turn?
Yes. Back to.
And I have a
Kristen.
final side.
You do have a final
Mm-hmm.
side.
Warm, buttery yeast rolls.
There we go. I like it.
Well,
Get those rolls.
Big Kenny makes homemade rolls too, so. Woohoo!
Delicious
Let me
rolls.
She just did the Pillsbury Doughboy for rolls.
I literally have candy
So
bars
appropriate.
shoved in my mouth right
All right, Krista, back to you. You have 2 now, 1 side available, and 2 desserts. And actually, I'll tell you what, we're going to pause right here. This is going to be the end of part 1. We're going to make this a 2-parter
Love it.
because we need the content.
Yes, we
and
do.
so everybody join us back next
Wait,
week.
Every
wait. Before you
YouTuber
go,
ever.
Yeah.
if you ever get bored and you want
Don't do
more
it.
information, make sure you go find the Kentucky Weather Podcast.
You don't need the
Jim
plugs,
and I
Jim.
almost lost our friendship over this.
It is a very good podcast, and that's all I can
get to
say
hear
about
that
it because of the
soothing
looks I'm
voice.
getting right now.
What do you talk about?
We talk about Kentucky weather.
I was joking.
So go find that wherever you find your
if
podcast.
you know
all good
Thank you.
weather
conversations
content.
start with questions about weather.
Okay, everybody. That's the end of
kidding.
this episode.
I'm kidding.
We'll be
Those
back
two are
next week with
entertaining.
more of this nonsense.
Wait, does this mean I have to sit on this and think about it?
All right,
some
bye,
more?
everybody. All right, well, there we go. Part 1 of the draft. Got about halfway through it. Some surprising choices.
Yes.
Um,
Controversial.
the bacon wrapped asparagus.
That wasn't my biggest thing. I know you didn't love that, but it was the 2 potatoes.
I don't know. Are both potatoes in part 1?
I think so, yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
if they aren't, we'll cut that out. But
Jim making some choices. Yeah. Well, I'm not going
He
to cut this
made
out.
choices.
Yeah. Even if that's not in part 1, then realize that in part 2, Jim also picks the second preparation of mashed potato.
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. But we'll get into that next week. Andrea, do you know what all you would have picked? Because I was surprised at some of the choices. So big things that I prepared. Corn pudding. I really like corn pudding. Mac and cheese probably would have been one of my first choices also. So I was down with Kelsey on that. And then my drink, I was, prepared for some White Russians, but
nobody chose it.
Not yet. Yeah.
My mom loves White Russians, and my mom does not like alcohol very much. So that's one of the few drinks she enjoys.
Yeah. Do you have a favorite side that you would have probably started off with?
I'll be honest, my first choice, and I felt very strongly about this, and I definitely could have had it if I was in this draft.
The stuffing?
Yes.
Yeah.
See, our family does stuffing balls, which literally you just roll them into balls. There's nothing different
Same
about
thing.
it. But for some reason, that's our tradition.
Having them solid and just being able to eat them.
And to me, it's just such a thing. And I probably wouldn't have said stuffing balls, but in my mind, that's what I would have pictured. But, stuffing with turkey, you just got to have it. I feel like you have to have it.
Well, there we go. So that was part one.
That was going to be my first choice, and, it took forever.
Yeah, it fell down the board. Sometimes, you think about how far Tom Brady fell in the draft.
I didn't think about that, but you're right.
Yeah, just think about that. Okay, so, Andrea, do you have any favorite things going on this week?
No, but I have a least favorite thing.
Oh, okay.
That
Let's hear this.
happened to me.
Oh.
I'm very upset. So Mr. X, pulled off a surprise birthday party for me this year. I turned 30, and he and Kelsey Mattingly, who you just heard from, they planned a surprise party in kind of the final hour, so not everybody got to attend that I'm assuming should have been there. Victor.
I literally had something else going on. I remember
know.
I talked to you about that.
I know. I had no idea what was going on, so it's okay. I cried the whole time because I really was genuinely shocked and a little bit tipsy at the time. So
Nice. That's sweet.
the tears were flowing, and it was really sweet. My family was there and everything. Anyway, I wanted to surprise him for Christmas.
Okay.
I got him tickets to the Luke Combs concert, which sold out in 12 minutes.
Awesome.
He set a record at Rupp Arena.
I literally just started listening to some Luke Combs within the past, month. Because I kept seeing him. I was like, that looks like a guy I went to high school with. He just looks like a good old boy.
He does.
And but then I heard one of his songs. I was like, oh, I like that one.
He's
I think it was
good.
a Long Neck Beer, or whatever that one. I like that one. I was like, oh, I'll listen to some of his other stuff. And yeah, it's good because my stance is on a lot of country music nowadays.
Not your thing.
Not my thing.
It's not country anymore.
It's not country.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, but I like his stuff. He's pretty good.
So yes, I got those tickets. They were not cheap because
I'd
they
imagine.
sold out so quickly.
Yeah. So suddenly you're on StubHub or whatever.
Right.
Yeah.
And I got decent tickets. I wanted us to get good seats because I'm like, if I'm gonna go, I want to be able to see it and enjoy it. So I got decent seats, and they were not cheap, but that's okay. It's Christmas, and I just wanted. I wanted everyone to be excited and wanted us to have a good time. So the concert is taking place on Valentine's Day.
Oh, okay.
So Mr. X asked for
If you hear a
hints.
weird blank there, it's because I had to cut out this guy's name because somebody said it.
Well,
They put down time code.
it wouldn't be too hard to figure out. If you really wanted to know, I think social media would be easy to figure out.
Yeah, in that case, I'm probably not going to cut it out. Anyway.
Okay, so he wanted hints. And I was very reticent, but I was like, okay, I think I can come up with some stuff that'll throw him off.
You're not good at hints. And he's also literally a police officer. So it's like, I wonder if this guy can figure stuff out.
Hear me out.
Okay,
So,
all right.
my hints, now that you know the background,
All right.
I said it's going to cover 2 gifts, but you can only use it once.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was
'Cause
going to be
Valentine's
Christmas
Day
and
and Christmas,
Valentine's
yeah, that's
Day.
neat.
And you can only use a concert ticket once.
Yeah.
So I thought that was random. It would have thrown me off.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, I wouldn't.
here's what happened. So last night we were just driving around in Grant County where he's from. And we passed a street called Baton Rouge. And for some reason, I noticed it and I was like, oh, Baton Rouge. Like an idiot. Ugh. My Waterloo apparently was Baton Rouge. So here's his mind. He immediately looks at me and says, you got me concert tickets, didn't you, for Christmas? I was like, what?
How does that connection happen?
And then he walks through it. He's like, concert tickets, you can only use them once. Luke Combs playing Valentine's Day, 2 gifts. I was just like, are you kidding me? And I was so in shock that he guessed it perfectly.
That you just blabbed out like,
I couldn't hide it. And I cursed. I was so upset. I was like, Christmas is ruined. But it's not. I mean, it's still fine. But I was really upset that he just nailed it.
Wow.
So here he walked me through his mind, his process. So he said, when I said Baton Rouge, it reminded him of Garth Brooks.
Garth Brooks, yeah.
He's like, oh, I'd really like to go to a concert. If he's ever nearby, we should get tickets.
Which he's actually coming to Cincinnati
right
soon.
So he said, that'd be a really good gift.
Concert tickets.
Yes.
And
so
he'd
he got
obviously looked up
tickets.
when Luke Combs was because he's a big
Yes.
fan. So he was like, oh, it's on Valentine's
Exactly.
Day.
He's like, concert tickets. You can use it once. And then he realized he's playing Valentine's Day. 2 gifts.
Wow. That's pretty good.
I mean, I had no way of knowing that Baton Rouge was going to set him off and help him figure out my gift, but...
Hoisted on your own petard.
What?
Never mind.
What's a petard?
It's like a pole. You've never heard that saying? All right, so continue. I'll look this up to make sure I'm not completely...
Okay, question. Do you
Hoisted
think...
on one's own petard. To be destroyed by one's own plot or device intended for another.
Perfect. That perfectly applies.
Yeah.
I like that. Interesting word.
It's from Shakespeare.
Learn something new
From the
every
play
day.
Hamlet.
This is random, but is a joyride only if in a stolen car? If we're talking about like in a script on the news.
No, you can do a joyride. I mean, you can go for a joyride like...
So somebody got in trouble for a DUI, and I said a joyride gone wrong, and someone corrected me in front of the whole newsroom, made me feel really silly and stupid.
Did you look it up on...
I sure did.
Yeah. I was going to say, just
And
look
it could just be a reckless drive, and I would say driving under the influence is reckless.
Yeah.
Now...
Going for a joyride. Yeah, that's not only in the stolen
I
car.
know. I didn't fight it in the newsroom in front of everyone, but in my mind I was like, that's not true.
Yeah. Well, good for you. And you know what? If you want, I'll go in the newsroom right now and
Don't you dare!
and call it out and let everybody know.
I will be mortified. Don't you dare! You're not even working today. You don't even go here.
It's your day off, man. How you get fired on your day off?
Oh, impressive. All right.
Joyride. Definition of joyride by Merriam-Webster: a ride taken for pleasure, as in a car or aircraft. Also, an automobile ride marked by reckless driving, as in a stolen car. Yeah.
But reckless driving could also be driving under the influence.
Yes. The first definition is literally a ride taken for pleasure, or an automobile ride marked by reckless driving.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
And also, it's not like I feel like it's kind of slang. It's not really like, is there a
it's
proper
fine.
definition?
It's fine. My favorite thing this week.
Anyway, okay, I'm glad you agree with me.
Yeah,
but
no, I completely agree with you.
I feel
it's
like
making me angry thinking about it, so we're just gonna move on.
this is my petty moment.
No, it's not petty at all.
Okay.
So yeah, it's making me angry. So I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, I know.
Favorite thing?
My favorite thing this week is, surprise, surprise, a board game. But it's for people thinking about Christmas, thinking about getting gifts for their children. A lot of people, you go for the classics like Monopoly or Risk or that kind of stuff.
Hi Ho Cheerio.
Hi Ho Cheerio.
My favorite.
Here's my thing. If you have some, kids between, I'd say 8 to 16, 17. I mean, I'm an adult and I like it. There's a board game, called Downforce. It's about car racing, like Indy 500 racing. And it can play up to 6 people. It's very simple. Each turn you just play a card and it moves all the cars. And you were trying to get your car across the finish line first. But you own a car, but you can also bet on other people's cars. So you can win even if your car doesn't finish first.
Oh, that's so sad.
It's really
me,
fun.
I'm like, well, I want to win, but I'm pretty
But
sure
the game starts off with literally you're like, okay, well, I'm not doing so well, so let me bet on somebody else. But it's really simple. You bid
never out.
You bid on the cars at the beginning, so you also, however much you spend on the car, you subtract that from your score at the end, and then whoever has the winning score at the end wins. So that's my recommendation, my favorite thing. Aww. And I'm saying that because we went to Thanksgiving meal at DH, who was on the podcast.
Yes.
You missed out on his parents do Thanksgiving from like Mandy's family. That side sometimes goes, and so I had to work early the next day, so we were only able to do kind of one Thanksgiving thing. So we went to that, and then I went home, went to bed. But I took my copy of Downforce because they like to play some games sometimes, and a whole bunch of us played. We had a real good time, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is fun." Other people were talking about wanting to go out and buy a copy. There was, I think there was a little girl. I think she was 8 or 9. She was playing with us, and so everybody was kind of involved. And yeah, it was just a real fun time.
We pulled out Uno on my mom's side of the
There
family.
you
That's
go.
where we went for Thanksgiving. That was one of the meals. Both meals I went to Mr. X's family meal as well, and we played cards after the meal as well. Like, it's just something fun to do, and you're so full.
And that's the thing. It's just you're just sitting around, you're engaging in some activity.
Yeah.
It gets people off their phones. They're actually.
I was just an observer because they played euchre.
Oh yeah, I've never played that.
I still don't know.
The rules are a little out there.
Nothing made sense. You know what I
There's
mean?
some. I mean, it's like euchre, bridge, hearts. There's a lot of them that kind of you have to know the.
Well, I
the
honestly
slang
don't
lingo.
even know the difference between a spade and a club. Like, I really have to second guess myself. So it was not the game for me. Uno, much more my speed.
So there you go, everybody out there. When you're looking for gifts for Christmas, the game Downforce, you can pick it up at any of the Lexington is blessed with a plethora of good gaming stores. So go out and check one of those out. It's also available on Amazon, but support your local businesses.
Love it. Yes, Victor.
There you go. So that's my recommendation this week. That's my favorite thing. And Andrea's favorite thing is that she was nice and that her boyfriend is good at figuring stuff out.
Is that my favorite thing?
All right, bye, everybody.
Bye.